Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. This is Rishabh from Ascending Techie, and today we'll take a look at two builds, one with an Intel processor and another with AMD, both featuring the RTX 2080 Ti. We'll build both the lists side by side so that we can easily compare what parts we are using in each build. So before we begin, our goal today is to build a PC with an 8-core processor, 32 gigs of RAM so that we don't bottleneck our GPU, and the NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti while saving as much money as we can. So some of the parts that we'll select won't be high end because they don't need to be, but if you have the budget, you can go for a similar but higher end part. If you want to see builds with a budget of $1100 of AMD and Intel, then check out the video from the link above. Some of the parts will be similar across the builds for a fair price comparison between the Intel and AMD build price. Let's start with a brand new list on PC Part Picker, which will make this process easier. Now, to start off the lists, we'll go with the Intel i9-9900K and AMD's Ryzen 7 3700X on each side, both being 8 cores, 16 threads processors. Then for the AIO, we'll be selecting the NZXT Kraken X63, which is a 240mm radiator to keep our processors cool. Then for our motherboard, we'll go with a budget-friendly Z390 motherboard for the Core i9 from MSI, which is the MSI Z390A Pro. For the 3700X, we'll go with the Asus TUF X570 Plus Wi-Fi, which is a very solid board with integrated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Now, every part from here onwards will be similar for both the lists, so I won't waste your time with that. For the memory, we'll be selecting the G-Skill Ripjaws 32GB kit with 3600 MHz speed. For the storage, we'll get a 500GB SSD from WD for our C drive for better boot times and faster software and game launch times. Then we'll go with the Seagate Barracuda 2TB 7200 RPM drive, which is plenty of storage to store all your files and games. For the graphics card, we'll go with the EVGA RTX 2080 Ti Black, which has two fans, better thermals than the Founders Edition card, and still $100 cheaper. Then for our case, we'll select the NZXT H500 instead of the H510 because both our motherboards don't have a front panel USB-C port. And last but not least, we have the power supply from Corsair, the RM750X, to efficiently deliver power to our system. Of course, many of the parts can be swapped for expensive ones if you have the budget. For example, for the RAM, you can go with the G-Skill Trident Z RGB if you'd like to have RGB in your system. Instead of the EVGA Black, you could go with the Strix or the MSI Gaming X Trio GPU. If you want a bigger case, then you can go with the H700, or if you have even more budget, I'll suggest going with the Lian Li PC011 Dynamic, which is one of the best cases for airflow. As you can see, the total for our Intel build is $2,358, while the total for our AMD build is $2,199, which means that you're saving about $159 on the AMD build, which if you have the budget for, I'd suggest you to swap out your 3700X for the 3900X, which is a 12-core 24-thread processor. For the pros and cons in general, the Intel build will have slightly higher FPS in games while the AMD build would crush the 9900K in any non-gaming tasks. The Z390 motherboard does not have inbuilt Wi-Fi, so if you'd like to have that, you'll have to shell out more money on the motherboard or buy a Wi-Fi card separately. I hope this helps you to better plan your build with the RTX 2080 Ti in them. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more such lists. If you have any thoughts or queries, you can ask them in the comment section below and I'll be glad to help. Until next time, be kind to everyone.